was a big win for Jason Kenney this week, taking nearly 72% of the vote, and that has got to mortify Rachel Notley and her NDP. The newly elected United Conservative Party leader crushed, annihilated really, all of his competition in the December 14th Calgary-Lougheed by-election. Now, that by-election was triggered by the selfless sacrifice of former United Conservative Party MLA Dave Rodney. He stepped aside, resigning his seat so that his party leader could run in his riding and get a seat in the legislature to take on Rachel Notley face to face. Now, let's do a quick rundown of some of the numbers. They tell a real story. United Conservative Party leader Jason Kenney swamped the riding with 71.51% of the vote. Now, Calgary-Lougheed is a conservative stronghold, and of course, Calgary is a very conservative city. But something really incredible happened in this by-election. If we take a look back at the 2015 election and we combine the progressive conservative votes with the Wild Rose Party votes, those two parties' votes combined amount to 63% of the vote. Enough to win handily, of course, but Jason Kenney has added nearly another 9% on top of that to his victory. What this means is Jason Kenney has done more than just unite the fractured conservative movement in Alberta by uniting the two parties, but he's kept every single one of those votes, and he's created new conservative voters and a brand new enthusiasm to get rid of Rachel Notley in 2019. Now let's see what Rachel Notley and her awful policies of attacking farmers, running coal-fired electricity out of the province, chasing off oil and gas investment, and carbon taxing us into the poorhouse has done to the NDP vote. The NDP candidate, who is some sort of doctor activist type named Philip Vandermerwe, garnered a whopping 16.79% of the vote. Who knew there were so many union activists in Calgary-Lougheed? Anyway, the NDP got nearly 28% of the vote in 2015. And in this 2017 by-election, they were only able to garner almost 17% of the vote after throwing everything and the kitchen sink at Jason Kenney in the final days of this election. They only finished with a little over half of last election's vote tally. Now, it's really no wonder that Rachel Notley had to be shamed into calling this by-election before the year was out. I mean, really, who would want this very public rejection of the last 2 years of her government laid bare this way? We didn't just see a by-election happen in Calgary-Lougheed. We saw the Jason Kenney electoral juggernaut on its way to the premiership in 2019, and we saw the people of Calgary-Lougheed get as close as they are ever going to get to a referendum on Rachel Notley's carbon tax, and the people of Calgary-Lougheed have spoken loud and clear. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. It is the Christmas season, a time for friends and family here in the Western world, but Christians are still the most persecuted religious group on the planet. Now, we're doing something to help. We're raising money to help persecuted Christians in northern Iraq. You've helped us raise close to $250,000. If you can help us this Christmas season, go to SaveTheChristians.com.